Hi, I'm Teresa Porter, and this is my summary of my project-based learning assignment using the EdTPA structure. And I did my project from the Principles of Family and Human Services class. The unit was Understanding Life Literacy and Management, and the objective was understand financial literacy skills to manage resources and achieve goals. And I've never taught before, so I had some troubles with the lessons and trying to figure out how how to put it all together and make sure that I took into consideration the students who had different learning disabilities. Because I'm not in the classroom, I had to use the mock classroom that was given to us. And in that classroom, there was a mixture of Caucasian students and Asian students, Black students, Hispanic students. Some were in the upper 25, or somewhere in the lower 25 percentile of their grade, and some worked above grade level. There were students who had read aloud and English language learners in the class, various difficulties with work and trying to balance school and work and family situations. It was nice that the mock classroom was set up for us and gave us all this information that we needed to be able to take into consideration their needs. So we had the classroom of 15, and basically the unit or the project for the unit was for the students to work in pairs, and those pairs were randomly selected through the use of matching cards where the students would match cards together. But prior to that, the students were divided into two different groups so that high achievers and lower achievers would be paired together, and those who had learning difficulties could also be paired together in hopes that they could learn how to help each other to achieve the goals of the project. And the project was to determine a 5-year things that they would like to achieve within 5 years, and then devise a 12-month budget for them to live within, so that at the end of 5 years those goals could be met. And at the beginning of the assignment, the students were given where they drew randomly a career and an income. They also drew a family structure, so some of them had children, some of them didn't have children. Some of them may have lived in a home that had extended family, such as parents or grandparents. They were also given their housing, what they were they renting, were they buying, and then they had to create their goals. And so that was the first thing that they did once they knew the background for their life. They had to determine, did they want to go back to college? Did they want to change jobs? Did they want to purchase a car? Did they want to purchase a different home? Or if they were renting, did they want to purchase their first home? And so once they had those goals established, then they had to break that down into a budget, a 5-year budget, a 12-month budget that they would live within for 5 years. They also had a mandatory savings that was required in there to help teach them what financial literacy is all about and how to be responsible with their money. Their budget had to include living expenses, educational expenses, daycare, if that was something that they had, groceries, things like that. As far as the EdTPA, the role that it played, me coming from not ever teaching before, it gave me a structure. It made me see the things that I needed to consider that maybe I had not considered before. I was a testing coordinator up until this year, and as a testing coordinator, I was very familiar with accommodations that different students had, but I was never responsible for taking into consideration those accommodations and how that would affect a classroom structure. And so the different assignments that we had as far as the different tasks, even though I feel like I struggled with them because I didn't have those experiences to pull from to help me with them, I feel like they were broken into manageable assignments to get finished. And I think had I been in a classroom and actually teaching the lessons to students and having real students, I think it may have been an easier assignment. Creating videos, the video where we actually taught the project was a little difficult because I didn't have any feedback. I didn't have student responsiveness. So basically, that was all hypothetical, and so it made it difficult for me to know where were the strong points of my lesson and what were the weak points of my lesson. But overall, I enjoyed it. It definitely gave me a focus moving forward into my internship next semester. I'm thoroughly looking forward to it, especially after the teacher observations that I did within this semester. It got me excited about being in the classroom because I love students. I'm a high school basketball coach, and I think I will be able to pull from my coaching skills, hopefully. Hopefully I'm not just their coach, but I'm a mentor to them as well. And I know how to take an athlete with athletes with varying skill levels and apply what they need to work on for them and what will help each one of them individually to become better. And I'm hoping that through my experiences with this project and EdTPA that I will be able to do the same thing in my classroom. And so I'm looking forward to getting in the classroom and working with the students and just becoming a teacher and becoming the best teacher that I can be. And I'm hoping that my life experience and having 20 plus years under my belt working in different industries other than education, that I will have an advantage that teachers fresh out of college, high school and college, maybe that they don't have. So overall, I feel like I learned a lot through this experience with the project-based learning. I know that project-based learning is all the buzz right now in the high school where I am. And so it was nice to have an understanding of what the teachers are talking about as I hear them talking in the hallways and as I hear students talking about different projects that they have. So I feel like I have a better understanding of it all, and I have thoroughly enjoyed the class, and I found it very challenging and more challenging than I expected in the beginning. Thank you.